Hello there, beautiful and handsome beings. This is Bless, and now I'm going to make this vlog, and I'm going to call it My Universal Advice for Aspiring Dual Citizens. So I'm going to share to all of you, to those who are watching or listening to this video right now, my personal experiences as someone who has lived in France as a legal immigrant since 2017, specifically since September 2017. I've obtained the French citizenship through naturalization on October 20th, 2023, and I have reacquired my Philippine citizenship this May 24th, 2024. I'm It's such a long journey with its ups and downs, and you know, if you're someone who is an aspiring dual citizen, then this might be the right video for you. I'm also going to put the YouTube channels in the description box down below of those whom I think are great advisors when it comes to trying to find citizenship. Nomad Capitalist, for example, he has great content regarding that. So there are different ways to obtain, you know, citizenship from another country, and the journey is not easy at all, regardless of what route or on what method are you trying to use to get the citizenship, because it's not a guarantee that you'll gain your desired dual citizenship. And the one thing that's very important to take into consideration is, for example, if you're living in a country that doesn't consider dual citizenship or even multiple. I'm fortunate to be originally a citizen of the Republic of the Philippines. Mabuhay everyone, because they allow dual citizenship. As long as after acquiring the citizenship from another country, you ask for a schedule for an oath of allegiance and then renew the passport as well, then you'll regain your citizenship as a Philippine citizen, if provided that you're born from a Filipino, at least from one Filipino parent during a specific time. So I'll probably give more details about it down below. So I'm very fortunate. I have to say, I'm very fortunate to have the French citizenship. The journey isn't easy at all. In France, there are two methods of gaining the French citizenship. It's par déclaration, which is the route that I took, or par décret. So mine is through declaration. So as you can see, here are my carte d'identité, my French identity card, my carte électorale. That makes me or gives me the right to vote here in France as a European citizen, as a French citizen, and of course my French passport, one of the strongest in the world right now. Yay! Bonjour, bonjour. Yeah. And of course, my beloved Philippines, right there. The latest renewed one after I went through the Oath of Allegiance, because I was obliged to renew my Philippine passport, because the moment I got the French nationality, my that time my Philippine passport at that time was automatically cancelled. So they had to give me a new one, and which is this one. So what are the universal advice that I wish to give? First and foremost, if you think deep within yourself that you have a problem with your criminal background, because both sides will make an investigation, both your home country and the country where you wish to gain citizenship. They will make an investigation on both sides, whether or not you had a not so good criminal background. If your background investigation, they've detected that you've committed a crime somewhere, then don't expect to have the citizenship of another country as well. So if you're going to, regardless of what route, through naturalization, regardless whether it's through naturalization, through staying in the country for at least 5 years, integrating yourself into the culture, the way of living, and so on, or through citizenship by investment, I think it's very much important that you have a clean criminal record or a clean criminal background. Otherwise, you won't be eligible to obtain a citizenship from another country. You'll get denied. the citizenship. They'll refuse you, and just because you've provided all of the requirements. I think this is not just applicable for those who are aspiring to become French citizens, but also citizens of other countries. I think it's important that I think in every country, uh, naturalization, there is an interview, and you need to pass that interview. Because I had here in France, I had two naturalization interviews. The first part was in the prefecture of Hérault in Montpellier, and the second part was in the police station here in the city where I live in Agde. So it's also very important to look presentable during the naturalization interview, because I've heard a news here somewhere that someone failed their naturalization interview because their attire, they look like they're going to go to a party and it was too flashy. Um, Please make sure that you wear the right clothing, that you look formal and decent and appropriate for the naturalization interview. Okay, and of course you must look clean. Of course, during the naturalization interview, you have to be prepared for the questions they're going to potentially ask you about the history of the country. What are their values? Who are their current leaders, current political leaders? For example, the current president, the current prime minister, the system. What are the values of the respective republic or respective country of the country where you're applying citizenship for, etc. So it's important to review that as well. And if they require you to have the language proficiency, to pass a specific language proficiency examination, because not all countries have English as their native language. In my case, it's France. So I was obliged to pass the DELF B1 examination, and fortunately I was able to pass it since 2021. So if they require you to gain a specific level of proficiency when it comes to their native tongue, you have to pass that. You have to take that into consideration. And most of all, um, again, as I've said last time, there's no easy route when it comes to trying to gain citizenship. There are countries who would ask citizenship, or who would provide rather citizenship for through investment. For example, Caribbean countries like Saint Kitts and Nevis, Grenada. So if you could afford it, you can gain a Caribbean country citizenship for around 100,000, 200,000, or even 300,000 USD. You may want to check Nomad Capitalist or Wealthy Expat for that. Their links will be in the description box down below. Sometimes recently I've also heard there are certain countries who offer dual citizenship for those who can provide special skills. As far as I know, for example, El Salvador. I'm not sure if it's still going on until now. Please double check. But El Salvador, as far as I know, is trying to find people with special skills, and they could give them citizenship. Scientists, for example. So if you think you can provide special skills that the specific country needs, then you may want to try specific you may want to try that specific country to gain their citizenship if you want to gain the citizenship of that specific country. There are so many ways. Usually, you can obtain citizenship through marriage, citizenship by staying for a long period of time, for consecutive years in a specific country, citizenship through studying, citizenship through work, citizenship through ancestry. I almost forgot that although I've heard that there's a horror story that just because you are applying for citizenship through bloodline or ancestry, that doesn't mean that it's going to be guaranteed either. I've read a Facebook post of someone who applied for a French citizenship because of their bloodline, because they have French blood. And for some weird reason, he got denied. Because sometimes I would also say my personal advice would be to pray for good luck, because not all those people who do the naturalization interview, based on what I've read online about people's experiences. Not all are kind. Sometimes they can just throw a trick question and find a reason to deny you of your nationality despite trying your best to submit all of the requirements required. That's why, to me, based on my own personal experience, it's not 100% guaranteed that even if you think you've met all of the requirements, it's not a 100% guarantee that it's going to be a success regarding the attempt to apply for a naturalization or a citizenship from a specific country. So the the main two advice that I would give in this video is that number one, be righteous, have a clean criminal background. Because if you don't have a clean criminal background, most especially if, for example, also if you've stayed as not so, as much as I don't want to say it, uh an immigrant who didn't follow the law, your chances are already zero. It's going to be game over for you in no time. And second, pray for good luck, because even if you think you've met all of the requirements, it doesn't mean that it's a 100% guarantee that the country that you're trying to apply nationality for will give you or will naturalize you as their citizen or will give you the citizenship. Okay, there's always a risk of failure when it comes to that. Even when it's through bloodline, through ancestry, they can still deny you. That's what I've read based on my own experience, because I've seen horror stories on Facebook where people with of French descent got denied of the French nationality. Yes, it's true. For some reason. So that's the thing that you need to take into consideration. A clean criminal background, be righteous. That's the number one universal tip that I'm going to give. And two main universal tips for aspiring dual citizens: have a clean criminal background, be righteous. That's the number one. And second, pray for good luck, because you can still fail everything despite you thinking that you've met everything, because the government, the respective government of the country might also think that you're not able to integrate, or for some reason you're not able to meet a specific requirement, or you just can't be a citizen of this country, etc. So I hope you find this video useful. If you want more vlogs like this, please give this video a like. Pretty please share, and pretty please subscribe. But I'm going to if you're interested in these topics, you might also want to check the YouTube channels of the YouTubers who are making content about these in the description box down below, because I also watch their content and I find it interesting, and I find it more relevant since because I'm already a dual citizen now, since a full-fledged dual citizen since May 24, because I've reacquired the Philippine nationality. And that's it for this afternoon. Thank you very much for watching or listening. Have a beautiful day. Blessed be. Bye.